Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. Yeah. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang saw Can You Beat Me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah. Said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh my, oh me, oh my. If it's not one thing, it's another. Kind of changed my chair. Let's see if we can get it right. Because the other chair was slipping down on me. Okay, let's see. We don't want to be down that low. All right, there we go. I just don't want my head out of the focus. It is always something. It's called struggle streaming. I tell you, technology has it has its ups and it has its downs. I cannot believe it's always something. Well, what's up, everybody? It's a beautiful Sunday evening, despite situations and circumstances going on. It's always something. But nevertheless, you got to trust and believe in your heart that no matter what happens, what may come your way that's not positive, you still got it. You got this. A life, boy, is like nobody said it was always going to be a bed of roses, but you would believe that if you didn't know any better. But as life goes on, you'll find out that it's nothing but roses and thorns. Like wheat and tear. Oh my, oh my. But I'm so excited. I'm up on episode 17. I'm just plugging at it, trusting in the process. I get a lot of people coming from, I believe it is Twitch, if you will, offering me subscribers or what have you. I guess one day I'm going to take someone up on that and see what it's all about. As long as it's legit, I don't have any problem with it. I'm not one for the fake followers. And, through the years, I've seen that on Instagram and Facebook, offering you to buy followers. Why would I want to buy somebody that isn't even going to tune into what I'm saying or what I'm doing? I need some organic. I need some real live people, excuse me, if you will, to subscribe and to follow. So with that being said, if you will come across the video, like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl Jazzy. Again, like I said, I'm on episode 17, and it is another power packed video. Absolutely is. It is another packed, powerful video. So share it if you will. And what is the title of today's message video? It is Faith in the Fire, Fireproof Faith. Faith in the Fire, Fireproof Faith. Well, welcome back to Let's Talk with your girl Jazzy Wanda, where legacy meets truth and healing walks hand in hand with fire. Yep, so today's episode is one for the ones who've been walking through it. Woo! Have you been walking through it? Have you been going through it? Have you been trusting through it? I know that I have been going through it. I have been walking through it, and I have no other choice but to trust through it. You know, not just a bad day, but too often it's a bad season. You go through one season to only after time there's another season. And then you have some good time, then there's another season after that. What? It's like walking through the furnace. That's right. It's like walking through the furnace. It might seem like a fight, but you know what? We're being pressed. Maybe we even being stretched. Stretched from time to time, so much so you think you're gonna snap from time to time. And if you don't think you will, you would like to, because it gets a little bit hectic and a little crazy from time to time. Faith in the fire, fireproof faith. But here's the truth: faith isn't fragile, it's forged. It's forged, it's pushing through, believing through, you know, trusting in the process of your belief system. Whatever that higher source of being you believe in and trust in, for me, I trust in God. I trust in my God with all my heart. There's a scripture that's trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. Acknowledge him in all thy ways and he shall direct your paths. That That's one of my babies right there. I trust in my God with all my heart and I listen to be guided. I tend to acknowledge my God as I go about my day daily, throughout the day. Because, like I said, if it isn't one thing, it's another. See, this for me is called fireproof faith, the kind that doesn't melt. It doesn't melt when life gets hot, when life gets rough, and life gets tough. It's called fireproof faith. You got to stand on it, you got to trust in it, and you have to believe in it. See, it's the kind that holds when everything else falls apart. Everything else. So if you're in a fire right now, don't panic. Don't panic. Panic is not going to do you any good. It just creates a little bit more harm. You won't be able to think straight. You won't even be able to trust in the God that you say you trust in, to pay attention, to take heed to what and how you should maneuver. So if you're going through the fire right now, panic is not the answer. You're not being punished. Absolutely not being punished. It might make you think. I mean, as often as a person, or as often as I believe that I used to go through things, and I had to think like that. What did I do? What did my parents do for all of the trauma and the trials and tribulations that I faced growing up and that I faced in life? I often had to wonder, was I being punished? But absolutely not. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. That's exactly what was going on with me. I was being prepared. I was being prepared for a time such as now, for a time such as this day here, for me to be able to share with you and give you the guide and how to have that fireproof faith. So you're being prepared. So let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk with Jazzy Wanda. And let's see what she's talking about. Well, faith that holds. Okay. Faith that holds. Faith isn't the absence of fire, it's the anchor inside of it. That's right. It's the anchor that's going to allow you to hold tight, to not give in, not give up, to not fall over, to not fall out. It's the anchor. You know how you put a boat in the water and you don't want it to move, you don't want it to sway, you anchor it. That's what faith isn't, the absence of fire. It's the anchor inside of it. See, I used to think faith meant I wouldn't feel the heat. I got all this faith. I'm trusting God, and nothing could come my way or come upon me. But no, no, no. But now I know it means I won't be consumed by it. But you're going to go through something. You're going to go through something. But having faith might make it just a little bit easier for you to go through it, for you to bear it, for you to be able to deal. See, you know that story in the book of Daniel, chapter 3, I believe it's 17 and 18. We talking about, what is it? Radshak, Meshach, Rashak, and Abednego. And I'm probably saying it wrong because I've been thinking about it all day. So I knew that once I got here, I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. But the three Hebrew boys, they was thrown in the fiery furnace. And they didn't escape the furnace. They walked through it. And they came out untouched, unbound, and unburned. Why? Because they trusted and believed in the God that they served. See, you have to hold tight to what it is that you believe in. Because we have a multitude of beliefs running rampant out here. We have a multitude of things going on in the factor of people's mind. You have to trust and believe in that which you say you serve. No matter what nobody else is doing, you got to trust in the relationship that you have with the God that you serve, because that's exactly what they did. They didn't bow down to the other God. They bowed down to the God they served, and they knew without a shadow of a doubt that He was going to bring them out untouched, unbound, and unburned. And you have to have that type of faith. See, that story is meant to strengthen. It's meant to strengthen your faith. It's meant to strengthen your faith in the trust in the God that you serve. That's exactly what that story is designed to do. Because I don't care how many times you read it. If you read it with the heart and the mind to believe and trust that the God you serve could do just the same for you, then it'll build your faith like never before. Whatever you're thrown into, whatever you're going through, your faith and your trust should be in the fact that the God you serve, He got you, and He can definitely bring you out. He can definitely bring you through. It doesn't make sense to serve and to trust and have a relationship with a higher being or higher existence or the most high, and you're not going to trust in the abilities of the power in which He can instill within you. It makes no sense. So when you come to understand the relationship that you have with Him or with her, or however you seem to classify the God that you serve, when you come to understand it, you understand Him, understand her, understand it, understand God. You have to understand that God is going to see you through, no matter what the situation or the circumstance, as long as you trust and you believe, God is going to see you through. See, you can't have no amount of doubt asking God to do a thing for you and trusting and believing God to do a thing for you, because doubt you do without. Doubt blocks the ability for that which you are trusting and believing in to manifest and make happen. So it's no need for you to doubt. If you're going to doubt, don't even waste your time trusting in God to do whatever it is you need Him to do for you, because you're already shutting down the ability of the power in which He holds to operate through you, because you got Doubting Thomas on board. What am I talking about? I'm talking about faith in the fire. Fireproof faith. See, fireproof faith is built, it's not bought. You can't buy it. I don't care how many ministry services, churches, services you go to, and how much money you put in that basket, in that plate. You cannot buy fireproof faith. As a matter of fact, you can't buy no faith at all. If you just want to be honest and truthful about it, ain't no buying no faith. It's nothing to be bought. It's something to trust in and to build on the trust and the belief of the God you serve, that it loves you, that it cares for you, that it wants to see the best for you. Even despite some of the trials and tribulations and the wickedness that we face, God's still there to see about you if you trust in Him. You definitely don't wake up with it. You earn it. You earn it in the trenches. That's right. And all that you have ever endured, and time after time that you go through something, just the next time after he gets you out of one thing, it'll build your faith so just a little bit more for the next situation, so that you'll have just a little bit of more faith to trust and believe that no matter what comes your way, you're going to come out of it. You're going to come out of it like a knight in shining armor, because you trust in the God that you serve. You earn it in the trenches. You earn it in the waiting room. You know, when you're sitting in the hospital and something is going on with a loved one, or you could be in the hospital yourself. And for me, sitting in the hospital knowing that I'm going through, I know and I trust without a shadow of a doubt that God is going to see me through, and He's going to work out whatever it is that I got going on, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, that I'm going to walk out of there like a knight in shining armor. Because I'm going to tell you something. If it was left to the devices of my mind, I probably wouldn't have a right leg by now. I've had 3 major incidents happen to my leg in such a way that most people, in my opinion, allegedly, would have given in and be still sitting in a wheelchair right now, rolling themselves around, or possibly using a walker or using a cane. I got too much faith and trust in the power of God that I say that I believe in to be hopping around here on a cane, in a wheelchair, or a walker. Now, I might have a limp, but that's all good. That's all good. I'd rather have the limp than not have the leg. Okay? But my faith is that strong enough to believe that no matter what I go through, no matter what ailment comes my way, I'm a child of the Most High. He's going to see me through. For those that believe it's a she going to see me through. I'm going to trust in the God inside of me to bring me through it. That's right. And by trusting in the God inside of me, that means that I'm going to do all that I need to do to have the strength and the power to not be in a pity party about, oh, woe is me, and fight through the battle, fight through the fire, fight through the pain. That's right. It's on you to trust in the God you say you serve, but then you got to do the work. You got to do the work to come through it. You can't sit around having a pity party expecting your faith to bring you out of something, because the more you stay in the negative of the situation and circumstances in your mindset, excuse me, the longer it's going to take for you to come out of that thing. Half the things that I've been through, most people lay in the hospital for months on end. Okay? I don't have time to be laying in no hospital. I'm going to fight the good fight of faith and trust God that He going to bring me through. And He's always has. And I trust that He always will. There's no doubt about it. So when you in that waiting room believing for your loved one, or if you in the hospital yourself believing for yourself, trust and believe that whatever it is you believe in, the greater source greater than yourself, it's going to work through you to work it out. That's called fireproof faith. Gotta believe. You gotta believe you're gonna come out of it. When you get the naysayers that say, "Oh, you'll never walk again," "Oh, you're not gonna walk again," nah, man, that's not the kind of God I serve. I'm sorry, but I shall walk again. Oh, you're not gonna see again. Oh no, that's not the kind of God I serve. I shall see again. Yeah, you won't speak again. Oh no, I'm sorry, but that's not the kind of God I serve. I shall and I will. And as long as you have that type of mindset, you will do that which you believe you want to do because you're going to put an effort and a strength and the power of God behind it, and it's going to work itself out. It's that fireproof faith in the night when you cry yourself to sleep, but you still whisper, God, I trust you. Oh boy, that's my favorite. I'm all day long. That's my walking, talking prayer. I don't care what I got going on out of nowhere. I'll just let him know. God, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. That's my favorite line. God, I trust you. Letting him know in advance that whatever's ahead of me, whatever's going to come up against me, I trust you in it. I trust you about it. I trust you for it. I trust you against it. Boy, you got to have that surmountable amount of faith, good faith about yourself and that your heart. These things that come up against us is not something that you deserve. They just something that happens to happen. It is to prepare you, not to punish you. We have to get it in our mind and our hearts. It's like, oh, it's too much. I can't. No, nothing. You're not going to be put on you more than you can bear. You have to believe that and know that and trust that. But if you tell yourself that you can't, and you tell yourself, oh, it's too much, it's going to be whatever you say that it is. Oh, I'm past those days because I used to speak a negative all the time about a situation or circumstance, not even understanding the power of which my words held. So when things would happen, well, you just said that. So what do you expect? Yeah, it's power in the tongue and in the speaking of out your mouth. So along with the faith and the trust in him, you got to speak over yourself. You got to speak the good source of life over yourself, even in the midst of what you're going through. Oh, he going to work it out. Yeah, enough money in your bank account. But if you have trust and you have faith and you believe, guess what? Why not? Why shouldn't he make it happen for you? In my opinion, the only times that it doesn't meet up and happen is because you done doubt Thomas it in your mind so many times that as he's trying to work it out and figure out who he gonna get to bless you, who he gonna get to slip some money in your bank account, who he gonna get to come hand you an envelope, you sitting there worried about him not doing it. It ain't gonna get done. It can't get done if your mind is going against the power of God and the ability of God to be there for you, called fireproof faith. It is definitely, like you said, it's earned in the trenches. I've never been at this place where I'm at all my life. But I'm grateful to be where I'm at today because I'm going to trust him. I have nothing else to do but trust. Okay? You know, some people have husbands they can depend on. I have God and only God that I can depend on. You know, and I've had my sons, but if you get my drift, as a woman, I don't have a mate. So I have to have faith and trust in God. And even when you are married and you have a spouse, there's no doubt about it, you still got to have a surmountable amount of faith with the relationship that you have with God. You know, just because you have the significant other don't mean that you don't have your faith. You still need your faith. You might need your faith to hold both of y'all up at one point in time. So you definitely still need faith. I'm just kicking it the way I deal with how I trust and why I trust so. Because one thing about me, I really don't like asking. I got a little bit better with it in my season days because you know you have not if you ask not. But boy, I wouldn't ask nobody for nothing. And I might have suffered from times from not being able and willing to ask. Nothing wrong with asking. They'll ask you quick in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Let me get my thing over here. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They'll touch you. I mean, they'll ask you in a heartbeat. So don't be afraid. And I am not afraid to ask. And I definitely stay on God's radar on the asking. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with asking. But that's right. God, I trust you. In the whispers of the night, when I go to sleep, when I'm driving, God, I trust you. Faith that holds is layered. It's not just belief. It definitely is memory. It's memory. It's definitely memory. Because let me tell you something. You'll remember the last time when you go through something and you don't know how it's going to work itself out. You will, that memory or that thought will pop up in your mind. And you'll remember what God did the last time and the time before that, and the time before that, and the time after that. You definitely will. And that's a good thing because that makes your faith even stronger when the midst of something that seems impossible. But you know that there's nothing too hard for the God you serve. You should know that and you should trust that. There's nothing impossible for him that believe. To you that believe, nothing. So you have to stand on the fact that if he did it before, without a shadow of a doubt, I know you're going to come through for me again. Sometimes the problem we have about it is because he did it one way the last time, you expected him to do it the same way. It don't work like that. You expecting him to use Sally because he used Sally last time. No, he might use Raphael this time. You never know how it's going to come. You just got to trust and believe that it's going to come and it's going to work itself out without a shadow of a doubt. That's why I can stand. That's why I can stand this time. That's why I can stand the times before. And most often, anytime I'm put through the fire, I can stand. What's in the chat? Oh, excuse me. Something in the chat. Okay. So no matter what I go through or what I'm put through, I can stand, which I like to reference to the fire as situations and circumstances. So through the fire, you know that situation, you know that circumstance, and in that situation could be that bill that you need met, and that circumstance could be that situation that's going on the job. It's not just scripture, it's survival. You know, you don't just quote scripture. I don't just quote verses to sound holy. That's a lie straight from the pit. If I quote one, I quote it to stay alive. You better bet your bottom dollar on that. If you hear me quoting the scripture, I quote it to stay alive. I quote it because they're hitting in my heart certain scriptures that are foreign to my faith that'll help me through the situation and the circumstance. See, fireproof faith doesn't mean you don't feel it. Oh yeah, it don't mean that. It don't mean you don't feel it. It means you don't fold. You don't give in. You don't give up. That's exactly what it means. You don't fold and you don't give in. You don't throw in the towel. You know, you keep fighting. You keep standing and you keep trusting. You know, there were times I have cried. That's right. There were times where I've cried and I have boo-hooed, like I told you. And the crying didn't mean that I didn't have faith. It meant that I was healing through the process of me trusting and believing that my God can and my God will. And if I just take heed and pay attention and listen, like I said, acknowledge Him in all our ways, He will guide me, He will direct me so that supernatural faith can work through me. I doubt it. I mean, that's the worst thing you could do. Y'all heard me. Stress, doubt, you do what? Out. Believe, you receive. And I know those were the times when I struggled the most because I had so much doubt. I had been through so much. My faith hadn't even surrounded itself for me to even understand what faith was. Trust what? Trust who? You know? That's why I say it comes through the trenches. It's earned through the trenches. Once you get introduced to the source greater than you, once you understand how much love comes along with it, see, it's that same love that you believe loves you, helps you to love yourself. Because I know one thing, if it wasn't from the knowledge that I learned about the God of love that loves me, in turn, helped me to love myself. So I have definitely doubted. And I'm careful when that spirit try to suggest, I say, oh no, oh no, no, no. Now I'm doing a lot of self-talking through my thoughts. Okay? Don't let me think for a second that something doubtful or negative is coming up through my mind. I'll speak against it right out loud, like, who you talking to? My mind, myself, because you have to be in control. Them thoughts is something else. I'm telling you, when you know you got something going on good, and then here comes old Doubting Thomas trying to poke his head up through your thoughts. Nah, shut him back down. Send him right on back out the back way. Tell him no, thank you. Mm-mm. Nope. 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 I trust God. I'm quick for a minute. If you can hear me, I could be somewhere and I'm standing in a line and I say, nope, I trust God. I know they look at you like, what's she too? he talking to? That thought, that thought that came through my head and came through my mind. We got to learn how to shut thoughts down. We have to know how to take capture every imagination that exalts itself against the power of God that's inside of you, that exalts itself against your positive thinking, that exalts itself against your ability to believe, your ability to trust, your ability to stand on the fact that you know without a shadow of a doubt, whatever the situation or circumstances that you are going through, you're going to come out of it. And you will come out of it in time. May not be on your time, but it be on time. And that's the kind of thinking that you have to do. I'm telling you, boy, you got to get rid of the doubt. You can't allow it to stick a head up. And if it does, you got to push it back down. Put your foot on it. That's the down and Thomas. There was times when I even almost gave up. Oh yeah, I had a few of those episodes trying to take the back door out, trying to cop out, want to commit. Y'all know the word where you want to take your own life, allegedly. For me, that was my trying to give up spirit. What? It's too much. You got too much ahead of you. Back then, during those times, I guess God had to step up and say, oh no, sweetie, you got too much ahead of you. You don't even know about. You haven't even reached the plateau of what I got for you. So no, we not doing that. That ain't happening. That is not what time it is. You know, we to be honest with you, as a mother or as a parent, we don't have a right to give up. Just for the sake of argument. We don't have a right to give up. We are a parent to a child that's expecting us to be there for them, to guide and to lead them. You know, just as God guides and leads you as the parent, a child is expecting you to be there for them. Who are we to decide to put someone through that? But yeah, I tried to give up several times. So now when the spirit comes along about giving up, it likes to come along and suggest maybe you should just give up. Like what? I have to sit I have to sit there out loud. You know, you're having not so great a day, or some things is going on, especially when you got things going on with your children, you know, and it's when you have adult children at that, you know, it's kind of hard. And so um in the mindset, it's kind of hard, but you know that God got him. You know that He gonna work it out. But you're the parent, so the emotional side of you likes to stand up and raise its head up and say, "Well, might as well just throw in the towel." I have to sit. I sit on the side of my bed and say, "What? Give up? No, like, giving up is not an option." See, I didn't know that back in the day, but I know now. Giving up is not an option. It's not on my radar. Okay? And it shouldn't be on yours. We shouldn't be so selfish to want to throw in the towel as a parent. As a person, period, we shouldn't want to be so selfish to want to throw in the towel against ourselves. You got to hang on in there to see what the end gonna be. See what the results is of the greatness that's inside of you. All that you've been through and all that you've gone through, you know, because it ain't gonna always be, you know, time to time we're gonna have situations and circumstances that poke their head up just to see sharpen that faith. Make sure you still trusting and believing, like you said. But giving up is not an option. But I almost gave up before. It's the truth of the matter. But I tell you this, one thing for certain, and two things for sure. I didn't quit. I sit here today. I didn't quit. As much as I might have desired and like to give up, I didn't quit. That's what you call fireproof. Fireproof. So let me share some of my spiritual armor for the everyday heat. This is how you equip yourself for the daily jungle. They call it the armor of God. Put on your breast shield of this and the breastplate of righteousness and the breast. No. Yeah. Okay. For those that, for the sake of the Bible scholars, spiritual armor. That's what it is called. That's what I'm calling it. For everyday heat. Because we living in a world out there now where it's getting hot. It's getting hot. You got psychological warfare going on, in the political arena and allegedly, and I'm gonna stay away from that topic, but it's the heat is getting turned up. And this is how you equip yourself for the daily jungle. For one, for me, this is how I do it. There's, when sometimes when you hit the floor, some people acknowledge, thank you for waking me up. It's another day. But in the fact that I've been blessed to wake up, I've been graced to wake up. There's some morning affirmations, that I do, if you will, or that you could do. You speak before the storm. Like I'm covered. And these are just simple examples. It's not exactly what I do. I'm called, I'm capable, no weapon formed will prosper. I still armor up. I'm still armored up. So for me, I have a few affirmations that I do daily that I have on my mirror that I do in the morning. I do one of them 3 times a day, and I do one in the morning, one at night. Now I pray all day. Those affirmations is one thing, but I pray all day. Okay? You can put it on your phone, whatever your affirmation is, but you should hold some positive talk to yourself. I mean, I always thought that back in the day growing up that, speak to the mirror, speak what to the mirror. But I wish I would have known what I know now about speaking and looking to myself into the mirror and telling myself that I'm beautiful. I love you, girl. You got this. You can do this. Those type of things. There's greatness inside of you. Let's go get it. Armor up. God got you. And prepare yourself, for the day. I often, some mornings, I'm gonna have some people call it worship. Call it whatever you want to call it. I listen to my music. Whatever type of music you choose to listen to, I feel like this God created all things. Okay, and in my opinion, I guess it just depends on the wording that's being attached to the music. If it's going to edify your spirit or if it's going to tear your spirit down. But for me, some mornings I listen and it strengthens my faith. Certain soundtracks, for instance, I play "No One" by Elevation Worship and Chandler Moore. I play that one. No one, no one. And I mean, it gets you going. If you ever listen to that, boy, I'll be moving, doing my thing. No one. And there really is no one but God that can do what he do for you. Be straight up honest about it. And that's the God of your understanding and the God that you serve. And what else do I listen to? I'm Blessed by Charlie Wilson featuring T.I. I love the T.I. part because T.I. talked about that devil in his part. So I listen to that. I like that in the morning. And Unstoppable by Corinne Hawthorne, I believe it is. Yeah. And it's just not music. It's medicine for me. So sometimes I go on a binge with it. I'll do it every day, for a good period. Then sometimes I meditate. There's certain things and different things I meditate. I believe in the chakras, my chakras. I do what I need to do to cleanse them. You could believe how you choose to believe. I believe that everything was created by God. So if it's not affecting me in any kind of negative way and it is elevating me and edifying me, then I choose to do it. Create your own fireproof playlist. Whatever it takes for you to increase your faith and your energy to become a positive, a state of being about yourself. Do what it takes. And then, prayer. How about prayer? Prayer posture. Everybody thinks you got to get on your knees. I don't believe that. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. And I think I've heard something about that, but I'm not. I didn't do prepare myself to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But even when words fail, some days prayer could be just a sigh. It could be just a tear. It could be God, please. Sometimes you don't have the strength to go into no long drawn out communication words with the source that you believe in. And you just a deep breath, especially when God knows you. And sometimes when that sigh is, he already knows. And if you trust him enough, he gonna take that pressure off of you. And when them tears fall, when you're in a situation, in a circumstance, and you will hear in the back of your heart, dear, my dear, I got you. And God, please. Whatever it is that you're going through, and you say, God, please, oh boy, you already know you giving thanks for him, and he's working it out. And sometimes that's enough. As long as I communicate in some way, as long as you communicate in some way, I know that I'm heard. You should believe that you heard. Whatever it takes for you to find your posture, kneeling, like I said, it ain't always kneeling. You could be walking, talking. I know I'm walking, praying all the time. I'm driving, praying all the time for that matter. You can journal, humming. I'm a hummer sometimes. I get to humming one of the good old fashioned hymns. That's right. I do have a daily fireproof prayer ritual. Think about it. One might just work for you. Whatever you do, whatever you do, keep life moving. That's right. Keep life moving. Don't let the fire freeze you. That's right. Don't let the situation or the circumstance or whatever it is that came and hijacked your life for a season or for a day or for a time freeze you. Keep life moving. Keep life moving in such a way that even if it's just stretching, you know, dancing, if you will. Oh, I'm telling you on that song, no way, I'll be in there getting it. I'll be in there getting it. That's right. I don't know where the pain goes, but the song helps get that pain to moving out of my mind so enough so that I get to dancing. Or you do some walking, you walk around the block. Now that's one thing I haven't been able to do yet, or ain't even that I've been able to do. I just don't desire to do it. Probably need to start taking a walk around the block, and maybe I will. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Move through the flames. Don't talk don't let me just say this to you. I've been through so many traumatic accidents that I have a lot of pain. I'm no doubt about it. It's real. Okay? But I don't let's put it like this. I don't give it the time that it would like to shut me down. In other words, I learned the mindset to move through it. And so much so, I was an athlete and a gymnast and all of the above. I ran track, I danced growing up. So for me to get in the type of traumatic accidents that I found myself in throughout the years, exercising had became a Hindu no do. My mindset about exercising was it's too painful. I can't. I just can't. And you know that's doubt. That's negative. So as I came on this health journey, more stronger in my health journey within the last year or two, and I started reading up on things and how to, keep your heart and your cholesterol and this and that and the other intact. Well, guess what? Exercising is a part of it. So, I thought about it because I'm one thing about me. I'm a firm believer in holistic healing, if you will. Meaning, all that medicine is unnecessary for me. I don't know about anybody else. I want to be here as long as my grandpa was here, and I believe I'm gonna be here longer. So grandpa lived till he was 96, I believe it was 93 or 96. Well, I say 96. It might be 93 because 93 just popped in my head. But I believe I'm gonna live to 100 and something. But in order to do that, you gotta eat right. You gotta eat right. Okay? I gotta stay out of the fast food joints. And I gotta exercise. Drink water. Drink healthy water. Understand the structure and the makeup of my body, what it takes. Read my labels. If I can't pronounce it, I don't eat it. That, that, that part. Okay? And so guess what? I just began to start doing. Woo! Let's give a hand clap for me. Was exercise. And I could not believe that the stretching and some of the calisthenics that I am pushing myself through, as painful as it may be, I can't believe it helps. Woo! Let me tell you something. I just had to step out on faith and say, well, Lord, I trust you because if I'm going to be as healthy as I'm desiring to be and that I am manifesting myself to be, I got to get exercising in the plan. I can't be, oh, I can't because this hurt, oh, my leg, and I'm just going to keep it real 100% with you. That was the mindset that I had about exercising. And I thought it was good because I had a genuine excuse why I couldn't exercise because it hurt too damn much to exercise. It was like, I'm not gonna put my body through that, but guess what? I began to start pushing through and I began to. I'm not lifting no weights and none of that because that, I don't believe that's what I should. I mean, you got to take it easy and take it slow. Not for nothing. I don't want to mess around and tear up some more ligaments and bulging this and slip this and I just don't. I mean, if you was to see the MRIs and the X-rays of my back, my neck, and my hips, it's crazy. It's crazy. It don't even. It doesn't even seem like it's humanly possible that I am able to walk. But that's the kind of faith I have, and that's the kind of trust I have, and belief in myself, in the overcoming of all of the traumas and the situations and circumstances that I have been in. I started exercising, and honey, it helps. It helps more than I could have imagined because stretching those limbs out, even though it's painful in certain areas. Okay, I think my left side, my right side is worse than my left side, but nevertheless, when you season in life, in numbers, in age, old arthy and what is it called? Arthritis, old arthy, and old osteoporosis, all of those different things try to come upon your body, degenerate this and I'd be like, boy, the devil is a liar. So you know what? I'm believing that holistically, food is a healer. Yeah, okay. So I eat organic. I eat fruit. I stay away from candy. I used to be a M&M peanut girl, and I'd buy 10 packs, $4 somewhere, because if I eat the big pack, that's too much sugar. So I say I'm helping myself by getting a dollar pack. Man, I'm killing myself either way, just the same. But I have been able to discipline through faith because I want to live. That stuff ain't helping me. That stuff is was slowly taking me out. But I have faith in the fact that if I do the things that's going to help my body, help my mind, eat properly, eat right. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I never thought with this last accident, with the femur bone ripped out of my leg, and it's 2 years, and I'm still in therapy, still treating, still painful. Nah, but the belief in myself and the greater being of the God I serve within inside of me, I started exercising because I was like, man, I don't want to be taken out because I ain't exercise. So I didn't exercise. So I'm so proud to say that my faith has positioned me to exercise, and it is definitely a spiritual release. A spiritual release. It is definitely a spiritual release. I'm so excited and elated about the fact. But let me share this with you. Whatever you go through, whatever you may be going through, trust, test. If you never knew what faith was, it's having the ability to trust in a source greater than yourself to make things work and happen for you if you align with positive thinking alongside of it. Excuse me, I don't know where these hiccups is coming from, but excuse me. You know what I'm saying? You have to have trust. I don't care if your trust has been broken because somebody did something against you. Give a source, give God a try, give a greater source the ability to work things out on your behalf by trusting and believing that it can happen for you because you are worth trusting and believing in something greater than yourself to work on your behalf through you so you can do what you need to do for yourself. Faith. You don't wake up with it, it's not earned. It's not true. It's earned in the trenches, I said. It's yes, it is. It's earned in the trenches. I believe what I'm trying to say. It's not bought. You cannot buy it. You can't give your way into faith. You have to mind your way through trusting and believing in a greater source than yourself. I'm excited. I hope I've helped somebody. I really hope I've helped somebody today that may be going through something that doesn't have the level of faith, that doesn't have faith at all, to begin to start trusting and believing that you deserve help. You deserve to come out of whatever situation and circumstances that you may go in that may be too much for you, but to come out on a more brighter and positive side, a brighter and positive outcome. Because for me, at this juncture of my life, all things work together for my good. So I don't consider nothing bad. So whatever comes my way, and I know that it's been labeled as bad before, it has now passed through the portal of my brain and my mind that it's going to work out for my good. And that's the way you have to deal in this day and time and in this world. You have to take control and authority in the mind and the realm of your thoughts. Be careful. Be careful not to get caught up in everybody else's hoopla and everybody else's foolishness. Let them think how they will. Let them act as they will. Just make sure you and yours are covered and good. You've been tuning into It's Your Girl. Yes, let's talk with Jazzy Wanda. Stay tuned. Be blessed. Till next time. I'll be back Tuesday evening. God's will. Love you. Stay encouraged.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify. For what they saying, I just look them deep into their eyes. Going against the God in me, now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous.
You've been listening to Let's Talk About It with Jazzy Wanda. And today we didn't just talk, we testified. If you're walking through the fire right now, hear me. You're not broken. You're being built. You're not forgotten. You're being fortified. Fireproof faith doesn't mean you won't cry. It means you won't collapse. So take this episode like armor, like oil for the lamp, like a whispered reminder that you're still standing, still sacred, still chosen. And when the flames rise again, don't run. Remember, you were never meant to burn. You were meant to blaze. Until next time, keep walking, keep worshiping, and keep the fireproof faith.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify. For what they saying, I just look them deep into their eyes. Going against the God in me, now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shaolin Shadow Boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Hold the Thundercats we all here, and now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.